I am not going to make you wait. I am running for governor of our wonderful state of West Virginia. Thank you. Because West Virginia is at a crossroads right now. We have the opportunity to move forward like never before with a new way of thinking and bold leadership. But we do have our challenges. We know that. Our unemployment has risen above the national average for the first time, and the global industry is threatening to pass us by. But if our leaders are willing to work hard enough and smart enough, we can not just compete in the world of the 21st century, we will lead it. All my life, and you all know me, as Miss Carey talked about, I've risen to challenges. And I do not intend to sit on the sideline now when my state that I love needs my help. I've spent my life in West Virginia, and right here in this room are the people who shape the values that I carry with me every day. And those values do start with me, with my parents, who I'm fortunate enough to have here with me, John and Rosemary Tennant. Thanks you two for being here. And many of you know them. It is their dedication that has made me who I am. My dad is a retired principal. My mother is a retired teacher. So when I say that I'm a product of the West Virginia school system, I am all the way around. Raised by teachers on teacher salaries. That's for sure. In fact, 5 of their 7 children are teachers. David is also here. But Steve and I are actually the black sheep of the family. But he is married to a teacher, so he gets that pass. But when I'm governor and we all fix this education system together, maybe I'll get that next pass. We'll see. I grew up surrounded by teachers, and I can't imagine it any other way. Because not only do you have a wealth of answers and knowledge at your home, but you also have wisdom too. And my parents didn't just tell me what I needed to know, they taught me how to learn it. They taught me that with enough hard work, I could rise to any occasion. And once a child knows that, they are pretty much unstoppable. So we as a state can be the same way. If we work hard enough, work smart enough, make the right decisions, and stay true to the values that we hold dear as West Virginians, West Virginia can be unstoppable too. But it won't be easy, and we all know that, right? Might be tough. But all my life I have taken on challenges and turned them into opportunities. Many of you have been there with me. Many of you have seen it. Many of you have read it in the paper too. Especially like 21 years ago at WVU, when some people said that I couldn't put on that mountaineer outfit or I couldn't carry that muzzle loader. But with some good West Virginia determination and backbone, I proved them wrong. As a broadcast journalist, I was fortunate enough to travel the state and see firsthand the struggles and hardships, the sacrifices and rewards in living in West Virginia. But more importantly, it was as a reporter that I learned the importance of accountability and transparency in our government. And that is why I am so proud of my motto as Secretary of State. That is open and engaging government. That's where accountability and transparency matter. I am proud of the work that we have done to let West Virginians know that this is their government. That's a new kind of leadership. As your Secretary of State, I knew that we had to make it easier for small business owners to conduct business, and that's what I've done through the many business-friendly practices that I've implemented in the Secretary of State's office. When government helps businesses reduce paperwork, that's a new kind of leadership. I made sure that they can focus on their product because that's what creates jobs. It's small businesses like Colasesanos that drive our economy and invest in our expansion, and that's what we need to have for West Virginia to grow. I also know, that's right. I also know the obligation that we have to the men and women who put on the uniform and fight to protect our freedoms, especially our right to vote, especially as the Chief Elections Officer. My dad was in the Army during the Korean War, and he was Lieutenant Tennant. Made it easy for him, didn't they? My husband Eric is a Navy reservist who is about to be deployed to Afghanistan. So, the rights of our brave military members mean a great deal to me. And we all know together as a family and a community that we are a very patriotic state, that we as West Virginians choose to serve more than just about any other state in the country. So I made it a goal of mine to cut through the red tape that they face when they are out doing their job, when they want to cast their vote. And we tried something. And I led the country and the nation in expanding ballot access to our military voters serving our country overseas. I rose to the challenge when asked to administer a special election in a fraction of a time that it normally takes. So you see, I never sat on the sidelines, and I never will. I roll up my sleeves and I get results. That's a new kind of leadership. And that's what I intend to do as your governor. I'll work just as hard for you as I always have. I'll meet the challenges we face head on, and I will turn those challenges into opportunities. We need to ensure that small businesses in West Virginia, like the one that we are all in here today, have the access to the capital that they need so they can thrive. That's what John and Carrie needed when they wanted to expand from here to the mall and to Morgantown. And when they did that, they also brought jobs with it. So I will fight to make sure that West Virginia is the place to do business. And to do that, we need to make sure that we're fostering our jobs now, the jobs of the future. We have the best workers in Marion County, McDowell to Morgan County, but we also need to look to the initiatives of the future that can bring those jobs to those workers. We need to have funding for biosciences, research and development, innovation, for long-term technological advancement. And we must make sure that West Virginia industries work for West Virginians, all West Virginians. And we also make sure that we use our natural resources in ways that benefit our state now and in the future. We can lead the 21st century with an energy policy that sets the pace for how our nation does business, and we can create those jobs right here at home while doing all of that. This is also about our children. And we need to expect high standards from both our students and our teachers as well. We need to get our parents and our communities involved in every aspect of the educational process. Math, science, and technology. These are the tools of the future. And for my daughter Delaney, I know that math is her favorite subject, and it must be Carlos is her favorite pizza too. But math is her favorite subject, and I help her with that every night, and sometimes she helps me with it. But that's what we need to continue to do. We need to ensure that our students are armed with the skills that they need to compete. And it's not just in K through 12, whether they're enrolled in vocational training, community and technical colleges, or a four-year university. Our students need to know that they can learn the skills that our workforce requires to compete in this 21st century. That means investing in job training and making sure that our universities are plugged into the newest endeavors in our state. Now is the time to build on the work of great facilities like the Marion County Votech Center and the West Virginia High Technology Consortium. There's no reason that West Virginia cannot develop a thriving bioscience industry. There's no reason that West Virginia cannot attract even more technology jobs. We are not going to let the naysayers who have held us back stand in our way anymore. I want West Virginia to be a leader, and here's how. When I was elected Secretary of State, on my first day on the job, I told the employees in the Secretary of State's office, I said we're going to be the best Secretary of State's office in the country, and that we would do that, and we would lead with ideas and knowledge and our experience that we have, and we would use those ideas to make government work for people, and we did just that. Our office was the first in the country for online voting for our military and overseas voters. We accomplished that through hard work and new ideas, values that every West Virginian understands. And as governor, I will take that same approach to every problem, fixing our economy, reforming our education system, and making sure that every person looking for work can finally find a job. We can use all those same West Virginia qualities that we all know and live by, hard work, honesty, and determination to move our state forward. It is time to stop talking. It is time to start doing. And I believe that West Virginia needs a new kind of leadership. I can be that leader. So today is the beginning of a long road of hard work, and I come back home to get prepared for it. I have the food of my heritage, and I'm filled with the support and encouragement of you. And I thank you for being here with me today, and I thank you for believing in me. But more importantly, I thank you for believing in West Virginia.